All right, we're going to go through solving inequalities with one solution, no solution, and all real numbers are solutions. So let's get started. Okay, so there's three possible outcomes. The first one is one solution. That's when you get something like y is greater than 15. Basically, when it's one solution, your answer includes the variable. So x is less than 12, or y is greater than 15, or z is less than or equal to -5. All right, so either way, it's going to include the variable in the sum format. Now, when you get no solution means that you're going to have something that is a false statement, like 5 is greater than 2. That's an example of something that has no solution because 5 will never be greater than 2. So therefore, that inequality has no solution. The last possible option is all real numbers are solutions. In that case, you get something that is always a true statement, like 8 is greater than 1, or 3 is greater than 0, or I don't know, -2 is greater than -19. So you are always going to get a true statement. And as you can see, when it involves no solution or all real numbers, both of those don't necessarily include the variable in the end. For no solution, it ends up with a false statement. For all real numbers are solution, it ends up with a true statement. Let's look at some examples. So the first one that we have here is -2 times y plus 6 in parentheses plus 28 is less than or equal to 4 times 3 minus y in parentheses. So let's just make sure we copy the problem correctly. Okay, and just as the title suggests, this is what it's going to look like when there's one solution. So the first thing we need to do here is simplify this complex inequality by simplifying each side. So when I simplify each side, on the left I have -2 times y and -2 times 6. That's going to simplify to give me -2y minus 12. And I bring down, I think that was like this shadish, my plus 28 from above. On the left side, I have 4 times 3 and 4 times -y. 4 times 3 is 12, and 4 times -y is -4y. And I have to remember to bring down my inequality. It stays the same. So I have -2y minus 12 plus 28, bring down my inequality, is less than or equal to 12 minus 4y. Now I can simplify further by combining like terms. So -12 and 28 combine because they're both constants. They're on the same team. So that leaves me with 16, and I have -2y plus, because it's a positive 16, 16 is less than or equal to 12 minus 4y. Now I have a couple of options here, but it's really important that I bring my variable to the same side. I have one set of variables over here, and I have another set of variables over here, and I need them to be on one side of the inequality now that I've finished simplifying each side. So what I'm going to choose to do is to add 2y to both sides. Now the reason why I'm going to, not add 2y, I'm going to add 4y to both sides. And the reason why I'm going to add 4y to both sides is because by doing so, that gives me a positive coefficient, and that's really what I want. So now I have -2y plus 4y, which is 2y plus 16 is less than or equal to 12. I minus 16 from both sides. I have 2y is less than or equal to -4. Divide both sides by 2. And because I'm out of space, our final answer is y is less than or equal to -2. Final answer. So in this case, my answer would go right in this box, and I would input a -2. So that's a full example of what it looks like when there's one solution. If you'd like, you may pause the video and copy this down here. Okay, first question. Which of the following is an example? Let's fix that typo. Is an example. Which of the following is a one solution answer? Which of the following is a one solution answer? Is A the example of what it looks like with one solution? Is B the example of what it looks like with one solution? Or is C an example of what it looks like with one solution? If you're not sure, we went through this on the very first slide, given the examples of what does one solution look like. Okay, so which of the following is a one solution answer? That would be A. A is a one solution answer. It's the only one that includes a variable, and one solution answers are the only one that includes a variable. Okay, next example. This is what it looks like when there's no solutions. Okay, so first things first, let's copy this down. 2 times 6 times some number plus 9, close parentheses, is greater than 12 times some number plus 20. So just as before, we're going to simplify each side. I have 2 times 6v and 2 times 9 on the left side, which is going to give me 12 times some number v plus 18. And I'm going to bring down everything that I had before. So I bring down my 12v plus 20. All right, I need to get my variables to one side. Now that I've simplified both sides fully, I need to get my variable to one side, so I'm going to subtract 12v from both sides. That's going to cancel, leaving me with the statement 18 is greater than 20. And therein lies our problem. 18 cannot possibly be greater than 20, otherwise it wouldn't be 18. So this is a false statement, and therefore there is no solution. So this is an example of what it looks like with no solution. You get a false statement. This is not true. And therefore, no solution. Okay, now quiz yourself. Which of the following is a no solution answer? Which of the following is a no solution answer? Okay, so C would be the one that is no solution. Why? Because this is a false statement. Okay, 8 is not less than 6. That's insane. Otherwise, it wouldn't be 8. All right, you have to have definitions and you have to stick to them. So this is the one that would mean that there's no solution because you get a false statement. Okay, last example, when all real numbers are solutions. So we have 3 times some number, 6 minus y in parentheses, plus 3y is less than or equal to 22. We immediately go into simplifying, specifically the left side. We've got 3 times 6, which is 18. We've got 3 times negative y, which is negative 3y. And I'm going to bring down my plus 3y and everything else that I have. Now, the problem that I already foresee in simplifying is that I have these two sets of like terms, negative 3y and positive 3y. They completely cancel out because they're additive inverses of each other, which is just a fancy math way to say a number plus its opposite will always equal 0. So that simplifies out, and we're left with 18 is less than or equal to 22. And this is a true statement. All right. 18 is less than 22. Even though it says less than or equal to, it's one of those, and it is one of those. So therefore, the answer is all real numbers are solutions. And that's that. So now you guys are going to try some on your own. But first, quick check. Which of the following is an all real numbers answer? Which of the following is an all real numbers answer? A, B, or C? And the answer is B. B is all real numbers because 10 is in fact greater than 3. So therefore, that would be the statement that translates to all real numbers are solutions. Now it's your turn. And there's the solution. U is greater than negative 15. Okay, next question. Determine if there is one solution, no solution, or all real numbers are solutions. And there's the solution. In the end, you get this false statement that says 20 is greater than or equal to 21. That's not true, so therefore there is no solution. Final answer is there is no solution here. And last one, determine whether there is no solution, one solution, or all real numbers are solutions. And for the last one, all real numbers are solutions. After distributing and simplifying, we are left with 30 is less than or equal to 32. Given that this is a true statement, it means that no matter what you substitute in for V, you'll always come down to 30 is less than or equal to 32, which is true, and all real numbers are solutions.